Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday. Here we are starting a new week of November. Yesterday was an amazing day. Yesterday was 11/11 of the 11 years. So 2018 is our 11 years. It's very much about illumination, aligning with our core. So I wonder, did you feel the energies shifting? Did you take a moment to just check in with your intentions and start letting go? Hey, Mary. Mary's here. Lovely to see you here. Um, we're doing our weekly check-in, but I'm still feeling into that energy of the 11/11/11, and actually made a specific point to tune in to the time at 11/11 yesterday too. And I'm so happy you made it here, Mary. It's nice to see you. So while we start a new week with coming out of that energy of setting intention. So that the really key piece about that 11/11/11 is that it is a nice time to think of us from emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. What are your intentions? What do you want to create? What do you want to feel more of? And by asking ourselves that question, we actually get to align more fully with our purpose. And so in order to also do that, this is what we're doing here, is focusing on what can we let go of. This is my system of the letting go guidance system. And so what I'd love you to do, if you're watching with me live, say hi if you're watching live, and if you're watching on the replay, you can still do this. Just take a nice deep breath, land fully into this moment with me, and focusing on, like I said, if we're focusing on what are the intentions, what do you want to experience more of? What do you want to have people experience around you? And what do you want to experience? In order to get more clear on that and get fully more into that, shining your light, what can we focus on letting go of? If you've been watching these each week with me, the last 2 weeks we had the same card came up. So I'm thinking that we're not going to have this coming up this time. So just focus with me. Nice deep breath. And as I'm doing this, you can probably hear I'm shuffling the cards just to sort of imprint all of our energy on what can we focus upon letting go of in this week. And it's going to be your fixed idea or personal agenda. So this is an interesting one, because when I'm encouraging you to kind of put your focus on what do you want to experience more of, what do you want to feel, what do you want people around you to feel. But sometimes we get caught in, I want people to be healed, I don't want people to suffer, I don't want people to have pain. Those can be agendas, because there is pain and suffering. And so maybe we need to just let go and be okay with what is, as opposed to working at something. Something that just arrived in my mind as I'm putting my attention onto that. One of my mentors many years ago, he used to say that he would not do any healing work on his children or his wife, simply because he couldn't help but have an agenda, because he wanted them to be okay. He wanted them to not have that headache or not have that pain. But we can't do that. So it's by having a fixed idea or an agenda, sometimes we can block the flow of what is supposed to be. So see how that sits with you. Is there places where you have an idea of how things should be? How you know best, and are you trying to sort of stamp your authority on the evolution of something? So see how that shows up for you. See what comes to mind. And I'm going to also read out of my guidebook what I've written up, just to help you maybe get clearer, a wee bit clearer on that idea. So your goal should be to create a perfect life. Sorry, your goal should not be. Your goal should not be to create a perfect life, rather to live an imperfect life in an engaged and excited amazement. To get up every morning and take a good look around you in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is extraordinary. Every day is a gift. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed in every way and in every day. By letting go of our fixed ideas, we often find that we get what we actually wanted. Everything falls into place when it's meant to. So for now, it's time for you to just switch off and take things easy for a wee while. Take time to nurture and pamper yourself. By letting go of your fixed ideas and relaxing, you create space for the universe to conspire on your behalf. So that is, I love that energy of that too, is to let go and flow with what is meant to be. So by all means, we can sit and set intentions and say, I really want this to be this way, or I want this specific outcome, but then let go and start to be engaged with what shows up, because it's always, always for your highest good. I had a conversation with a client a couple of days ago where we were saying that it was when she was able to just let go and then be surprised, be open to allowing things to show up the way they're meant to. Remember this idea of it's the ideas, the agendas come from our mind. And I've said this to you before, we should be firing our minds, because our minds are too limited. They're based on fear and worry and anticipating different things. Whereas if you could just let go and say, yes, that would be lovely. The situation being that way would make me feel joyful. And then let go, because then the universe can conspire and say, okay, well, if you want joy, how about this? How about experiencing it that way? Things like that. So see how that one shows up. Have fun letting go of your personal agendas this week. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just shuffling Doreen Virtue's angel cards here, because I like to draw 3 of these, because this is going to give us some insight, some support, maybe even some ideas of how we can really let go of those fixed ideas and personal agendas. And these ones, so the support is a really key one. Support is so important, because that's how come we get into those personal agendas, is that we don't realize that we are the physical representation of a divine force, that we all have our unseen helpers. And so when we try and work something out, or we can try and envisage how something's going to go, well, maybe we need to let the support, the divine support, come through us. And then soulmate, I like that when soulmate comes up, it kind of sits that we are each of our own soulmates. Soulmate used to be very much focused upon about wanting to find a romantic partner, but as we evolve spiritually, we start to realize that we need to be the soul that we are craving for. We want to look at creating the enchantment, connecting with our own higher self. It's not something that you get way off in the distance. It's right here, right now. So by letting go of your agendas and looking at everything in your life with enchantment, with joy, realizing that you have this angelic or divine force around you, supporting you, holding you. So even if you're going through a wee bit of a tough time or having pain, be present with it, breathe through it, and don't. It's like there is suffering. Unfortunately, there is suffering for all of us. We've all experienced that. So we don't want to run away from it. We breathe through it. And this is what this game of life is all about. So I wish you a wonderful week. In the comments below, I'm going to give you a link to a gift, a free gift that I've put together, because I'm starting to put some information together about setting intentions, because we're starting to come to the end of 2018. And this has been a very auspicious year. 2019 is going to be pretty amazing also. So I'm starting to help people kind of get clear on wrapping 2018 up and stepping into 2019. So click on the link. I'll put it in the comments underneath this live video. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful week.